Okay, guys, so I am back and I'm going to ramble a little bit and I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things I have. I might have to do this in two separate videos because I have a couple things I want to talk about. A few things. It is very late. I am tired. I was out all day tonight, all day today, the whole night, and I'm tired. And I guess I have a lot of energy from being out all day. I can't kind of like just like settle down. It's like kind of hard for me. So instead of just tossing and turning, I decided to do a video. I have a couple ideas of what I want to talk about. I want to kind of answer someone's question as well because I was having a little bit of a talk actually on Christmas. Was it Christmas? Christmas Eve? Um, on Messenger, we were talking about one of my videos, and it was the one where I was just kind of rambling about narcissists and like what they want from you. Why do they create these personas to kind of keep in touch with you or talk to you? Um, in that message, I was kind of trying to talk about how difficult it is to put this in the right words because the whole situation that I was in years ago, it was very bizarre. And people around me at that time that I trusted talking about it with were like, just go to their house, just knock on their door. Like if he's not going to answer you through email, like a lot of my friends were like, just go to his house. Like one of my friends was like, I'll come down and go to his house. If he's doing this to you, you have to know, and you should know, and he should answer you. And a lot of my friends were very like persistent about finding out and like going directly to him to ask him because I was literally scared. Um, I was like, no, 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 no. It doesn't have to go to that length. Like nothing that was being done was really that bad. I think it was more the fact that they got my personal information through my social media that I never give to anybody. I don't give my information to anyone, especially on dating sites. And the fact that it was happening on my personal platform, that's what freaked me out. Not that what they were not what they were telling me, not that what they were saying to me. It was more that how the hell did someone find this? And it freaked me out about security purposes. Um it freaked me out so much that I went and I talked to my ex, who's actually an attorney. I dated someone in my late 20s who he's a malpractice lawyer, but he still knows about lawyer. He still knows about lawyer. He still knows about law. He still knows all about, you know, what you can do, what's criminal, what's not, and he told me, he's like, if someone is actually doing this to you, there's things that you can do. There's restraining orders that you can get. Um, there's lots of things you can do if someone is persistently harassing you or bothering you, At that time when I was talking to my ex-boyfriend, he also offered to help me. But even after I thought about it, I said nothing. They're not doing anything to that's harming me. They're just playing these quote unquote mind games. As I said, they were contacting me through the dating site. They were contacting, and like I said, what got me was the fact that they found out my personal platform, which I don't even use my real name. So I was thinking maybe there is some kind of security breach that's happening here. And if that's happening, then yes. But I guess the fact that I never knew who it really was has kept this kind of in the back of my mind, always kind of wondering who was that? Who was doing that? Um, and ultimately, no, like nothing happened. It was just more for me making me creeped out. I was creeped out that someone had gotten my personal platform name because I never gave that to anybody. Not my ex-boyfriend, no one, nobody that I ever met through a dating site. So that's what I'm saying. That is where the problem was. It wasn't the game, it wasn't what they were telling me. It wasn't what he was saying to me. It wasn't even the fact that they were making up fake profiles. That didn't even care. I didn't care. It was how they got my information. That's what freaked me out. And that's the thing I don't know. Um, you know, they also said something to the effect of they also said something to the effect of um, can like they asked me like about friends and stuff like that. Like, no, no, it's not through friends. My online friends and the people who listen to me are my Facebook friends. That's it. My real friends don't know anything about dating sites. My family doesn't know anything about dating sites. No one knows what I do on my computer or my phone. No one knows anything about that. I just tell my Facebook friends. They know more than anybody else, actually. I don't go into detail about my online life with my real true friends or family. This is only through my Facebook family, whatever you want to call it. And that's it. That's it. There isn't much else to it. Um, and why does this still bother me? I think the fact that it bothers me so much is that it's a kind of like disservice to the person that he's in a relationship with. Here he is in a relationship with someone in a situation. Okay, I don't call them relationships. Narcissists do not have relationships. Relationships are built on trust, loyalty, commitment, dedication, honesty, transparency, togetherness, a bond, attachment, truth, unconditional love, wanting the best for your person. That's not what narcissists have. They have situations. They are in situations with people. All that other stuff I just mentioned is not a part of it. The narcissist is with people because of some sort of need. It's not because of any of the things I just spoke about. There is no real true love with a narcissist. They're not capable of that. Their situations are built on they need that person for something. Number one, they can't be alone. So they'll pick anybody to be with. As long as that person needs them and they know that they got that person, they'll keep that person for as long as that person puts up with them, really. But it's based on a need. It's need. And it's whatever that narcissist particularly needs at that time of their life. With me, with my narcissist during our mid 30s, early 40s, it was highly, highly, highly sexual because at that time of his life, and mine, I'm not gonna lie, like that was a big part of the relationship. But also we were at that time of our life when I think most people are at their kind of like peak at that time with that physical stuff. Um, okay, that was his need at that time. So we got engaged and all that stuff because he didn't want to lose me. We didn't get engaged because he really wanted to spend the rest of his life with me. He got engaged to me because he didn't want to lose me. And I guess he figured in his way, if I buy her a ring, she won't leave me. And I'll just keep procrastinating the wedding and all that shit, which is what he did. Um, he just kept me around you know, until I wouldn't put up with it anymore. And that's the truth. I mean, that's really, if I didn't end the situation I was in with him, it probably would have kept going on and on and on and probably knew it never ended. I just would have stayed unhappy and miserable, um, towards the end. Because I wasn't miserable during the entire relationship. I think I did videos about that. The first few years I was okay. It was more towards when I realized it wasn't going anywhere. The relationship wasn't going anywhere. He didn't care about me unconditionally. He didn't love me. He didn't want the best for me. He didn't help me in my life. He did nothing for me. Your partner is supposed to support you and help you. I'm not talking about support you financially. I'm talking about he's supposed to support you. If you need something, your person should provide it for you or find a way to. My ex narcissist was not that way. He was very he was not old fashioned in that sense of like my boyfriend now does everything for me. I don't want for anything. If I need something, if I want something, he goes and gets it for me, or he gives me the money for it, or he does, he makes sure I have what I need, which that's what you're supposed to do. Like that's what unconditional love is. you want the best for your person. If your person is hurt or your person needs something, they make sure that you get it, you have it. My ex-narcissist was the opposite of that. He could care less if I needed something or if I wanted something. He would kind of tell me I didn't need it. I'd be like, well, I need this. He'd be like, you don't need that. You already have that. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't have that. I have something that's similar to that, but I don't have that. And it was always kind of like this weird thing. And I think it was all just because he was cheap. I mean, the guy was a selfish guy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. He was. Not that he was cheap in what he bought. He was selfish in what he spent his money on. He didn't want to spend his money on me. That's why having kids with him and a marriage would not have worked with me and him. It wouldn't have. It would have been a disaster because I'm not like him. I'm not selfish, and if I need something, I'm going to buy it. Um, he was not like that. He wasn't at all. He just wasn't like me. We definitely clashed. And like I said, when it came up to having kids, that was a big part of my decision was like, what am I going to do if my kid needs diapers? Is he going to give me the money for the diapers? Is he going to give me money for clothes? Is he going to provide the right way? I questioned that. I questioned that. That was not something that I believed in. Oh, I didn't believe in that. I was like, he may not even help me. Like, who knows? He's so selfish. So that was a big part of it as well. Um, you know, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of issues. But anyway, um, I feel what bothers me about the whole thing, and people are like, well, you should be flattered that your ex still wants to, flattered. I'm not flattered by it at all. I think it's disgusting. You know, the fact that you have to make up a fake name to talk to me, the fact that you can't be yourself, there's something wrong with that. Plus, not just that, he has been living with someone for like 5 years. That's If you're living with someone for 5 years and you're letting someone live in your house and you're going on dating sites, there's something wrong there. That's a problem. I'm sorry. That is a huge problem. Whether they know about it or not, they may know about it that he goes on dating sites, but what's wrong with that picture? Like that's fucked up too. Um, the whole thing is messed up. The whole thing, no matter how you play it, how you angle it, is messed up. And um, the fact that he has to pussyfoot around is what bothers me. The fact that he just can't come clean about who the hell he is. He has to make up names. Um, you know, it's just nuts. But that's why I care about it. If my ex narcissist was a single guy living alone, not in a relationship, not in a situationship, just by himself, and he was doing this, I still think he was crazy. I still think he was crazy, but I would think, well, he has more of a reason to. He's not with anybody. Um, but the fact that he does it while he's with someone, the epitome of what a narcissist is, wanting to have your cake and eat it too. That is what I always say about narcissists. They want to have their cake and eat it. They want to be able to kind of live like a single person, but they need to have that old shoe, that's what I call it. They need to have that old shoe there to kind of comfort them and give them that peace of mind that they're not alone. Narcissists are not able to be alone. And now this is why there is no true love with narcissists. This is what I understand about it because like I said, how can you find true love 15 times in your life? Narcissists are in relationships literally, they drop someone, they get with someone within a couple weeks, right? They're in like 30 relationships, there are 50 relationships their whole life. How can you have true love? True love is a very difficult thing to find. It's a rare thing. It took me 50 years to find true love. Literally 50 years. When I was young, I thought I had it. I thought I had it many times, not many, but a couple times. I thought I had true love. I didn't. I never had really had true love until now, until with my current partner. But um, it's a rare thing to come across someone who truly unconditionally loves you. I'm talking about loves you for everything. Your bad traits, your good traits, if you gain 5 pounds, if you have a pimple on your face, if you know, if you're not perfect. You're not perfect, you know what I mean? But yeah, I talked about that in another video, but no, it's just it's messed up. It's messed up. Um, the fact that he does it while he's with someone, that's what bothers me. It's not the fact that he does it, because there's lots of guys on those dating sites that are playing games, and these are guys who are undateable. I talked about this. There's guys on these dating sites who have nothing really to offer a woman. They're just on there, and they know they have nothing to offer anybody, but they go on there just because it's cheap entertainment. It doesn't cost anything. They could take up with someone, start talking to them, whatever, play some games with them, and it never really leads to anything. There's a lot of those people on those dating sites as well. But if you're going to do that, be alone. If you're going to have the balls to go on a dating site and talk to other people, especially your ex, like what makes it so taboo here is it's your ex. If it was somebody new, a new person, yeah, it would still be bad. Still be bad. But you're talking to someone that you had feelings for, someone that you used to sleep with. You're talking to someone that you once loved, right? Like that's what makes it so much worse about this whole situation, you know? And it makes me feel weird because no matter how you swing this, it's messed up. Whether he's doing it single or he's doing it with someone, and even if they know that he's doing this, it's still fucked up. The entire thing is just screwy. And I'm a very traditional girl, old fashioned in many ways. And I believe that things should be done the right way. Things should be done not half assed. If you're going to do something, if you're going to go on a dating site, you have to be single. If you're going to have a baby, you have to be married. Like, I'm a very traditional girl. I grew up with traditional, old fashioned, old world style values. I talked about my grandparents were right from Sicily, they were Sicilian. Um, you know, very old fashioned type upbringing. I grew up in mostly the 70s. The 70s was my favorite decade. I think the 70s really was a great time of life. Um, and I'm a very traditional old fashioned girl. I'm not in with this new shit, with the new generational way of life, doing things backwards. I'm not like that. I'm just not that way. And unfortunately, my ex narcissist was not an old fashioned type guy. He had some traits. I guess he did have some traits, a couple, maybe one or two, that were all kind of traditional. A couple, but that's it. Mostly everything about him was new, was millennial type thinking, all that shit. And that's why we didn't get along also, is because of that old fashioned trait was not there with him. But no, that's more like of a personal need or whatever want. But the fact that he does it to have his cake and eat it too, that's what bothered me about it. Because I feel like if that was me, and I didn't know about my ex narcissist was going, if I was with him and he's doing this behind my back, I would break up with him instantly if I knew that he was doing this behind my back. If I knew that my boyfriend was on a dating site talking to his ex-girlfriend under a fake name, I would be fuming. Not only would I be fuming, I would break up with him right then and there. There would be no even thoughts, no talk, no nothing. He would be gone. So if anybody can understand that, that's my thoughts. That's my feelings about this. And whether they know about it, that makes it even more fucked up if they know about it. So that's something that you don't want to play with, because that's funky shit. So that's kind of like cuckoo. So the situation does bother me. Now, my thought, and I did videos about this, is if, there's many things. If my ex-narcissist wanted to truly be friends with me and talk to me, and he just didn't know how to do it. If he came to me and he apologized to me, he did it the right way in a gentleman fashion. He really apologized to me. Now, even now, after all the silent treatments he did to me, everything, I would hear him out. I wouldn't just shut the door on his face and be like, go fuck yourself. No, I would hear him out. I would hear what he had to say. I would hear what he was going to tell me, and then I would think about it. Okay, I would think about it. Um, but I probably, like I said, it's going to be something I would have to think about. I probably wouldn't give an answer right then and there, no, but I would hear him. I'd hear him out. I'd hear what he wanted to tell me. If he truly wanted to talk to me and he came to me saying, look, I really want to be friends with you. Now, the gurus are against this. All the gurus say you can't be friends with your ex narcissist. You have to have very little contact with them. Um, don't listen to their bullshit. Yes, I know it's all bullshit and I know it's all lies and I know everything that's coming out of his mouth is going to be bullshit. I know that already. I know. This is why you have to keep these people at arm's length. You can't get too close with these people. Because now I know that he's a narcissist, I am better equipped to deal with him rather than when I didn't know he was a narcissist. Everything that he said to me, did to me, I used to analyze it and I'm like, this guy's fucked up, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I would take everything to heart. I used to be offended by all the stuff he used to say to me, but now that I know he's a narcissist, I know what to do, what not to do, how to kind of make sense out of the senseless shit that he does and says. Now I know. But no, I would hear him out. I would hear what he had to say if he came to me in a normal, gentleman-like, mature way. The problem with that is that narcissists don't do that because they're too afraid. They're scared of being rejected and they will not take that chance. They will pussyfoot around like he's doing right now with fake names, going on places where he could contact me, or send cryptic messages to warrant a response from me with profiles that somehow he's sending me some sort of crap, some kind of cryptic message that I don't understand and I don't even care about it at all. But this is part of their supply. This is part of narcissistic supply. Like I said, even though he has a live-in situation right now, he still needs that supply that I give him. If he didn't need me, the supply that I give, he wouldn't need to go on dating sites. He'd be like, look, I'm in a situation with this person, and I wouldn't need to go on the dating site. Why does the ex narcissist go on dating sites to begin with? If he's quote unquote happy in his situation, because he needs that supply that I provide. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy. Once you understand the way these people are, it's not hard to understand it, but you have to look at it from a distance. You have to look at the whole picture here. And because I know mine pretty well, I'm able to kind of break it down. Okay. Um, but no, that's the way it is with them, and that's my answer. That's the way I think about this. Okay, so uh, for me, I'm always, always, always gonna feel that curiosity. Who was it? Because it bothered me. It really did. And I'm gonna go into a story in the next video and talk about that whole thing too. But this one I'm just talking about. This is kind of like a part two to my other message about the confusion and the goings on with an ex narcissist who's playing games and stuff like that, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe to him it's not a game. Maybe to him he thinks it's just talk. I don't know what it is. But when you have to do that, you have to look at yourself and say, what the fuck are you doing, right? Like, if I was doing that, I'd be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, look, I'm not angry about it. If it was him and it was always him, would I be angry about it? I wouldn't be angry about it. I would understand he was afraid to confront me or to talk to me because of the fear of rejection. Everybody's afraid of rejection. There's not anybody on this planet who can say they don't like rejection. Everybody hates it. No matter if you're a narcissist or not, you're not going to like it. But I felt that there was other ways for him to approach me. He knows where I live. He knows my email. He could have very well sent me a very nice message, and he chooses not to do that. He chooses this whole other thing that is no good. And that's what makes me dislike him. That's what makes me think he's an asshole. And these are all parts of his asshole ways, all the things that he does. So, anyway, that's it for this one.